All right, and with that, we're going to head into our last segment. It's our favorite time of the year, my favorite time of the year, Wildcard Weekend. I mean, is there a better football weekend than Wildcard Weekend? It's chock full of big games, and the last real football weekend you have before it starts dwindling down to
that's true.
4 games, and then
that's a good point.
2, and then 1, and then just depression for about 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, especially after 18 weeks, I don't know about you guys. I do have a little bit of football fatigue, but I know at the end of it all, I'm going to be...
You're going to miss it once it's gone.
Pretty bummed out. But we're going to do our picks. So, Rocky, why don't you help us recap how we did last week and where everybody stands?
We did not do really well last week. Our best was Zach. Zach was 2-2. I was 1-3, as was Phil, and Mark was 0-4.
0-4.
Starting
man, this slide has been awful, man.
So for this season,
talk about inconsistent. Holy shit.
Phil and I are 38 and 33, so we're still respectable. Mark is, I can't read that, 34 and 37.
That's correct.
And Zach, you are
15 and 13. It's 2 games over 500.
So he's there. He's still above 50%.
He's better than Mark.
Well, we don't really get an asterisk, but
yeah,
we picked the Bengals before.
We picked all the games before we knew who was, and really Green Bay melted in. Like they played their starters, but it was obvious they were not playing.
Yeah, but we knew that was a possibility, so I guess
the Bengals one though is crazy because of we didn't know Joe Burrow wasn't playing.
Yeah, so
or Jamar, he played one
literally
series
anybody
just to get their record, and then he sad. Joe Mixon didn't play.
Yep. All things said, I think we did okay.
Yeah, and
besides Mark,
I might add the Browns still barely beat them.
All right, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go game by game, a little different than we usually do. We'll each give our picks, and then we'll talk about the game. If any of these games, when we mention them, are your lock, and just mention it.
Yeah.
Ooh, suspense.
So we're going to start in the Queen City. We got the Las Vegas Raiders, who just pulled up. What a game they had the other night, knocking out the Chargers. A little haphazardly, and they're traveling to see the Bengals. Joe Burrow and the boys. They are giving 5.5 points to the Raiders. What do we think?
I can start because this is my lock.
I like it.
I'm taking Bengals minus 5.5. I'm not in love with the points. I feel like that's a lot, but this is not in that new Las Vegas dome. I feel like this is an okay territory for the Bengals to play in with it being at home. I feel like Bengals fans will be a little rowdy because when was the last time they've played like meaningful postseason football? The Raiders had an extremely emotional game that doesn't really translate well to their next one, especially for an interim head coach going into the playoffs. I think that it'll be close, but I think the Bengals win this game.
Mark, what do you think?
I agree. The Raiders are riding that high. I mean, that had to have been euphoric winning that game in overtime to get into the playoffs, especially after watching the catastrophe the Colts had. But you're going to Cincinnati. They're going to be healthy. Got a lot of playmakers, man. I got to take Cincy minus 5.5 here. I think Cincinnati's going to light up the scoreboard, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't love the 5.5.
Yeah.
I think it is a lot for a young team. And I'm wavering a little bit as I think about it because they are a young team. They're home. There's going to be a lot more pressure on them than there is on the Raiders.
Before you make your pick, let me just preface. I have a gut feeling I'm going 0-6 this weekend.
Okay, that sounds about right.
I took Cincinnati, so I don't like any of these goddamn games, honestly.
Yeah, so I'm still going to take Cincinnati. I'm going to bank on the Raiders not being as good on the road, traveling, hostile environment, all that, and, like you said, an emotional win.
Yep.
I'll take Bengals minus 5.5.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals too. They already played once this season, and the Raiders lost 32-12.
Yeah, good point.
Bengals.
Yeah, we should have led with that, right? Okay, next game, we head to Orchard Park, where the Buffalo Bills are giving 4 points to the New England Patriots.
New England.
Yes. New England Patriots, third time they're meeting this year. What say you, Rock?
This is a tough game because the no quarterback has played better in New England than Josh Allen. But when he plays the Patriots in Buffalo, it's completely the opposite. He has one of the worst QBRs, worst touchdown to interception ratios. I think Buffalo's a better team, but I think the Pats have some kind of voodoo magic over Josh Allen in Buffalo. 4 points isn't a lot, but I'm going to go with the Bills. I just think the Bills are going to cover here.
Okay. I'm going to take the Bills as well. I think the Bills have quietly kind of put their team back together. And I think their defense is just going to outclass that offense. I know what happened earlier with that first game they played, but I think they kind of course corrected, and I don't think the Patriots are going to be able to hang with them. I think they'll beat them by like a touchdown.
Yeah, I actually have Buffalo here, and Buffalo is going to be my lock. I like how they kind of turned it around the second time, like you guys mentioned, against the Patriots. And then they're riding a 4-game winning streak, I think, going into the playoffs too. Josh Allen is looking incredible. We're getting to that type of weather that Buffalo is used to playing in. New England is obviously as well, but Josh Allen at home, I think he's got something to prove here, and I think he's going to go out and I think he's going to win this game pretty handily.
I am the opposite of all of you guys, and not confidently either, I would say, but I think the Patriots do not win this game. I think they cover, though, simply because it's Belichick postseason. It's a team that he plays so often. There's not going to be a lot of surprises in this game, and the reason why I'm unconfident a little bit in that pick is just because Buffalo has been on fire and like under the radar too, and the fact that their running game is starting to pick up a little bit as well with it being a cold game. I think it'll just be very close. I can see Bill Belichick taking away Stephon Diggs, which translates to a lot of Josh Allen's success, especially with it being a cold game. It could be more run-related, which is how the Patriots won that first game very handsomely. But yeah, I'm gonna take the underdog. I'm gonna take Patriots.
So we got 2 Pats, 2 Bills.
You took the Pats?
Okay. Wait.
No, I took the Pats too.
Oh, you did?
said the
Okay.
Bills.
Yeah, you did say the Bills.
You said the Bills.
I did say the Bills, and I wrote the Bills, but I meant the Pats.
Okay.
So I think the Pats are going to
Okay.
win the game.
It's our Elder Scrolls over there.
All right, so that's going to be a fun game.
Somebody check his diaper.
Next, we'll travel right down the road to Tampa Bay.
Right down the road.
The Brownless Bucks. So the Bucks are giving 8.5 points to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll just go here. I mean, man. You know what? I'm not gonna go because I'm still thinking. What do you think, Mark?
I don't like this pick at all, but I'm going Tampa Bay. I don't know, man. Brady in the playoffs, I don't care who you give him. I think he makes it work in the playoffs. I don't know that I've seen enough out of Philly's defense to really shut him down. And then Philly's offense is a total wild card to me. I don't know. And Tampa Bay's defense isn't playing the greatest. I mean, this game could actually go either way. But for some reason, I'm going to go Tampa Bay, giving away 8.5 here.
Yeah. I'm not going to pick this game.
Well, you kind of have to.
No, I mean, he can't because this is Juju. I'll give this to him.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I am having trouble with this one only because.
So you're going to take the automatic L?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to forfeit an L for this one.
Man.
With my pick, hopefully not the game, but
Yeah.
Where I have the trouble
Probably
is
the
the
game,
8.5
I guess.
points.
probably the game.
8.5 points. It's just so many points.
But is it though? Look at that.
Yeah, the Bucks have looked good beating up teams like Carolina, but I don't know. Jalen, just something special. That being said, I'm not going to overthink it. I think the Bucks are going to win. I think they're going to cover. So I'm going to go Bucks.
It's a real roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
The issue I'm having here is the style of play from the Eagles. Ball control, running the ball. I think they're going to slow this game down, and that makes me think maybe Tampa Bay doesn't score as much. The over-under is 49 points. So, I mean, this is tough. But I feel like I'm going to be kicking myself if the Bucks, like they should, obviously cover this number. so I'm going to take the Bucks, but I don't feel great about it.
Good.
Here's
I like being the underdog.
Here's the
so.
struggle. 28-22.
Well, don't worry. You certainly are.
28-22 the last time they played.
Yeah,
There
but
was
that-
a-
so then you kick the 3
When was that?
points
It's this season.
Yeah.
early in the season.
There was
28-22.
kind of a garbage time touchdown by the Eagles at the end of that game.
Yeah,
Still
but
counts.
But
it
Yeah.
still counts.
it still counts.
And
but
it's 6 points, and they were in Philly, so the 3-point spread the other way would have Tampa Bay by 9. Bookies are bookies for a reason, man.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to stick, and you're going with the Bucks, right?
Yep.
All right.
Let the best team win.
All right,
I don't
next.
think you want that to happen.
We're headed down to Arlington, the Big D, Rocky's favorite. Where the 49ers are getting 3 points to play the Cowgirls. What do you think?
I will never be a bigger 49er fan, personally. I think the 49ers are actually a very scary team, and they could go past this round, and I'm taking them to win this game and obviously cover the 3 points. Just the 49ers, to me, like, they have a postseason feel. They run the ball really well. Their defense is picking up a little bit. This is just, I can't, I'm trying to shed my bias, but there's no way I'm picking the Cowboys in this game. And it's because, one, I don't think that they have postseason success in general since I've been alive. And I just think that, Kyle Shanahan has just a little bit to prove, maybe. I mean, they got that 8th seed, and they're just going to run with it, I think.
What about you, Mark?
This game was. I still haven't circled a winner here. I'm trying to talk myself into one of these two teams. San Fran scares the shit out of me, to be quite honest, because I feel like that offense is just a big play waiting to happen every time they touch the ball. They have a lot of good playmakers. So does Dallas. I think Dak has a lot to prove, but does Dak have the fortitude to actually prove it in the playoffs? I don't know. Does San Fran have an identity at quarterback because they just played Trey Lance at quarterback? Garoppolo came back. Garoppolo looked great. The running back situation's a bit of a mess still. If it has to swing one way, I think I like Dallas's defense better. So I'm gonna go Dallas at home -3.
Can I add one thing real quick?
Sure can.
The 49ers being able to run the ball and just manipulate the clock, and Mike McCarthy not understanding the concept of time sometimes for NFL games.
Yeah, I think they definitely got the nod at head coach, for sure. And I'm with you guys. I think the Cowboys, they got a world of trouble coming their way, and that's no bias. 49ers are more physical. They know who they are. I think their quarterback is comparable to Dak, not athletically, but as far as performance, and I've seen him go to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to have the best player on the field in Deebo Samuel. I think the Cowboys have more flashy playmaker in Diggs. I do think the Niners defense is more solid, and you still have Bosa on the end there. Kittle's going to be a problem for them. The Cowboys are going to have to play Dak's going to have to do special for them to win this game, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to be able to go out there and grind to win, and I think the 49ers can play that style of football.
Yeah, this is a great game. I think it's everything you want in a first-round game.
This is the one I'm most excited for to watch, honestly.
I think you've got, like, counterpoint to point. You've got CeeDee Lamb and you've got Debo. You got a great running back in one team, and you got a pretty good running back in the other team. You got a quarterback, similar styles. You got Micah Parsons. You got Joey Bosa. Like, it's just, it's kind of yin and yang. But I'm going to go. The only thing that scares me is it is in Dallas.
I thought about that.
That's what causes me. But basically,
they
they're
just
saying
got blown out by the Cardinals 2 weeks in.
Well, and they're saying basically pick them, right? For giving 3 points at home.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm going to pick the 49ers too. So.
I hope that we're not.
I like how
this game.
I like what you're doing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, and then we're heading to KC Mo, where the Chiefs are giving 12.5 points to the Steelers, who, by the grace of God, are in the playoffs. Ben Roethlisberger doesn't have an arm, but somehow he's out there still throwing the ball. I think this is an easy one for me. This is my lock of the week. Chiefs -12.5.
I was listening to Pardon My Take. I think it was Pardon My Take, and they were saying, does Big Ben like kind of wish he didn't have another game to play? Like, does he just want to retire? Mike Tomlin also dozed off and didn't watch the final results of the Chargers and Raiders game. So, like, how much preparation did the Steelers really do for the postseason? So, with that being said, Kansas City minus 12.5.
So I'm going the opposite way. I'm going to be the guy that takes the points with Pittsburgh.
Well, because you look like Ben.
So I think that
turn your hat backwards.
By the grace of God,
I don't think Big Ben's got the grace of
Pittsburgh
God.
did get in.
There you go.
To the playoffs.
Look at that doppelganger.
Channeling my Big Ben.
It's not a good thing either.
I think they're going to ride that high, man. It's Ben's last season. It's
the revenge game.
He doesn't have an arm, but you know what they do have?
What do
They have the guy who tied the all-time record in sacks, in T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
They do have a defense that is capable of getting up for big games. Kansas City has had propensity for making some mistakes. Hardman can't hang on to the ball. Mahomes has been a little bit sloppier than he has in past years. I don't say Pittsburgh wins this game. I mean, 12.5 points is a lot of points to be given them in the playoffs.
I mean, all that makes sense except for they just lost 30-3 to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's at Arrowhead.
And there's that.
That is a good point.
So you're going
Good
Pittsburgh
point.
with the points.
Playoffs are much different.
Different
animal,
beast.
though.
I mean, they didn't even know they were going to be in the playoffs about 24
Yeah.
hours.
Seriously.
I almost took the points too. I will admit, but
But you're going Pittsburgh with the points.
Yeah.
I tell you, it is tempting because it's 12.5 points.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to overthink it.
Did you
going
watch
Chiefs.
them? I mean, their offense is
Yeah, no, I watched the
pretty
game.
bad.
It's,
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
yeah, it is. But,
You're locked in, though, so.
I am. I'm confident. 12.5 points, I think that's a lot to give somebody in the playoffs.
it?
Tomlin's a magician in the playoffs,
Tomlin,
too. Tomlin's
he
a
can't-
great coach.
He can't throw
He
the
is
ball, though.
he is the
yeah.
greatest coach, maybe the best coach. But it is painful to watch Ben throw now. Like it is really painful
it's
to
a
watch.
chore.
It hurts him too.
Yes,
Probably.
yes.
Is it your lock? Did I miss that? Did you say your lock?
My lock.
His lock.
Did
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
lock
Gotcha.
No, I locked Buffalo.
You're right. Yes.
Did anybody? What was your lock?
I haven't locked yet.
So you're okay.
So
why
I
don't
wonder
you-
what it is.
Here we go. We got L.A. inviting in the Cardinals, who should have won this division if they didn't fall off the face of the earth. They're getting 4 points on the road in L.A. So what?
Rams getting 4 points.
No, the Cardinals are
Cards
getting
are
4 points.
Cardinals are underdogs in this game.
So what say you rock since it's your lock?
No, I don't know if it's my lock. I'm waiting to see which one I want to lock.
So you're a bad guy.
Rock
Missed the whole
locks.
point. Missed the
That's the
whole point
whole
of the
point.
segment.
Everybody else said their locks. So
I don't have to say my lock until I get to look at
Yeah,
all
I
the
forgot
games.
you're
to
the
be
boss.
fair, to be
All
fair,
right,
Zach
so-
didn't even pick a game either. I mean,
That's true.
we're breaking all kinds of barriers.
All right, so go ahead, Mark, while he figures out what his lock is.
I'm trying to look up a stat real
Okay.
quick.
I
Skip
can-
me.
You got your pick yet?
Well, trial by error. I guess I'm going first, and I think this will be on my tombstone. There's a pecking order. There is a circle of life in the NFC West. This is why I picked the 49ers to win last week, and this is why I'm going to pick the Rams to win this week. I think they cover the 4 points. I'm not extremely confident in it, but I just think the Rams are built to be a Super Bowl team, and I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close game, I think, and I could very well be wrong with that. I'll admit it, but I'm going to take Rams -4 simply because I trust the identity of the Rams. I trust Sean McVay's experience in the postseason. Although it's not been extremely successful, I think it still is something to a team that did fall off the face of the earth a little bit, being the Cardinals. So there you go.
There you go. All right. You got yours yet?
No.
Now, everything inside of me says to take the Cardinals.
What's
Right.
up?
That's
Okay.
because I just don't trust Stafford. He's turning the ball over a lot, and it worries me. But
This is where I'm at. This is why it's taken me so long. But then you turn around and you look, and the Cardinals have lost 4 of their last 5.
yeah, but I still like Murray. I think Murray's the best player on the field.
Yeah, I would agree
Here's
with
the
that.
problem I have though. No DeAndre Hopkins, Jalen Ramsey's gonna lock up whoever they stick him on, and then you're gonna be looking for answers with Kyler Murray. I feel.
Is
So
there no
you sh-
D-Hop? D-Hop's supposed to be. He's coming back for the playoffs.
I just read that he was having season-ending surgery, so let's confirm that.
Yeah, I mean Matthew Stafford is turning the ball over, but they are winning games regardless. he is doing enough and when he needs to. Like he has been great in the fourth quarter of games. So, and that's what you need in the playoffs. You need to finish games strong, and the Rams have been doing that.
But I don't know if that's gonna work in the.
Hopkins and he could be ready to come off injury reserve. The Cardinals advance the NFC Championship game, so he is unavailable.
Yeah, that I mean, they might get Watt back, but
I did hear about that.
I'm gonna take the Rams minus the points here, minus the 4, right?
They would keep him out until late playoffs per Ian Rappaport if they make it into the late.
I was trying to talk myself out of the Rams and going with Arizona, but now with no D-Hop, Connor questionable, Watt was actually cleared to play last week.
Yeah, but they got Chase Edmonds, so.
No, Chase Edmonds is injured.
Oh,
Chase
well,
Edmonds.
there you go.
And the Rams were my preseason pick for the Super Bowl, so I should probably stick by that too. All right, let's go with the Rams.
I'm going to go with the Rams, and they are my lock. I mean, 3 weeks ago, the Rams beat Arizona pretty handily.
Pecking
and
order.
I don't see anything else has changed. So,
All right, fair pick.
So we all have them.
yeah.
So maybe fade.
So
the
we all
Rams.
have the Rams. We all have the Bengals. Anything else we're all in agreement on?
No.
We all have the Bucks, and he. And
I
Spain,
am not
Okay.
picking. Yeah.
and that's it. We have one Steelers. We have one Dallas.
Chase Edmonds,
We
5.1
have
yards per carry, you son of a
Pats.
bitch.
He's a star in the wings. Wait in the wings.